If you are an apple shape and you are struggling with how to dress stylish and still be warm in the winter time, then this video is for you. Now, I have a couple of winter outfits that I just want to put together. It's just going to be a slow and steady video for you, but I want to show you how I dress in the winter, still looking stylish, but being nice and cozy. First, I have a quick little disclaimer, and that is the fact that where I live here in the Republic of Ireland, it rarely gets very, very cold. We can have the 4 seasons in one day, meaning we are used to using layers and being ready for pretty much whatever Mother Nature throws at us. But we don't have a really, really harsh, cold, long winter. We have a spurt of winter here and there, and then we just have rain for the rest of the year, basically. So please know that I do not have the expertise of dealing with really, really cold weather. I can give you the advice that I use, and you will then have to alter it to the weather that you have, all right? But just to keep that in mind, that this is based on the weather we have here in Ireland in Donegal, and that's the best I can do for you, all right? But hopefully you can still use some of the tips and tricks. I have stripped the outfit down because I want you to see me building it from the bottom up. Per usual, I'm wearing my shapewear. I always wear shapewear. It's always linked in the description box. I am also wearing socks. It's not often you see me wear socks, but in the wintertime when it is cold, I do wear socks. Next up, I'm wearing a thermal t-shirt. I bought a selection of thermal t-shirt from Primark last winter, and I know the collection that they have this year is different, but this has lasted me well, and it's just a base layer that I can use under my clothes to keep me warm. It sits nice and snug. I have them as a pair of leggings as well, but I'll show you them later on. But thermal underwear is your best friend, and I can use this, as I say, as a normal t-shirt, as a base layer, and no one will even know that it's thermal underwear. Next up, I'm wearing my wide leg trousers as usual. You have seen this. This thing is, there's not a lot of difference in my style between the seasons. That's the one. But these trousers are a wool mixture. They are lovely and warm. They are my usual wide leg trousers. I have these with a matching waistcoat as well. But it's pieces that I'm keeping an eye out for all year round. And as soon as this set came out in the early autumn, I picked this up because the trousers has the wool in it. They fit me like a glove. No tummy in sight. Absolutely perfect. But no one will know that they're even extra heavy, that they are winter trousers, but it is because of the fabric. As you know, a tight fitting top goes very well with the wide leg trousers for us apple shapes. And this is just a plain and simple fine knit cardigan. There is nothing special about this. This is one from H&M. Per usual, I have nothing new to share with you. These are all old pieces that you would have seen before here on my channel, because I'm just using the clothes that I have. The key to winter outfits for me is the layering. It is wearing the extra warm pieces. That's what's making the outfits. As you can tell, you can see a little edge of the thermal t-shirt up in the top, but that doesn't bother me because no one's going to know that it's a thermal t-shirt. People will just think that it's a normal t-shirt that I'm wearing. And per usual, I'm going to tug in my top because I'm still going to define my waist. As you know, it's key for us apple shapes to define our waist. And therefore, I'm also adding my belt that you have seen me done a million times. There we go. And this is a nice warm outfit. It looks like any other outfit that I would wear any other time of the year, except I'm wearing socks. Now, shoes is the hardest one for me to actually talk about for you because, as I said, I rarely need winter clothes here in Ireland. I tend to wear boots, and I have these Varia boots. They're a little slip-on boot, like a sock boot, really nice and soft. They have the almond-shaped toe, but I will say in the winter time, if you really need snow boots, wear snow boots. Comfort and practicality any day over style. Don't forget that. It is more important that when you go out in the cold weather, that you are safe and sound, that you are dressed for the weather, and that you are ready to face whatever Mother Nature throws at you. Now, a pair of booties does me perfect, but it's not something that I worry too much about. I tend to also wear my loafers all year round, to be honest with you. It's, again, because I don't need to worry about a lot of snow very often. When it comes to outerwear, again, you need to make sure that you dress for the weather that you have, because, as I said, the weather is as it is here in Ireland, and because of the lifestyle I have, a coat like this is enough for me. But if your big heavy snow boots and a big heavy ski jacket is what you need to wear to stay warm and practical, then that is absolutely what you need to do, all right? Now, I'm sure you've heard me say a million times that I'm always cold, and I really am. even in the summertime, but I often wear a scarf in the wintertime, and this is just a soft little Pashmina style scarf. Again, I picked them up in Primark. I have them in a load of different colors, but what I love about these is the fact that they're not too thick, so they're not too bulky around my neck. And I simply just take this, swing it around my neck and loop it. I don't do anything fancy with it. And often I would just leave it hanging like this. I quite like the fact that the scarf is the focal point. If I'm cold in the back, I might just tug it in and pull the collar of my coat up, and I might even tuck the scarf in. It can lie perfectly in there, and then I'm nice and snug and warm. And if I need, I'd add a pair of gloves. You'd rarely see me in a hat. I'd rather be cold than wear a hat, but that's just me. But this is essentially a winter outfit for me. I am nice and warm and snug, and I've still managed to maintain a bit of style. For my next outfit, I want to use a pair of trousers that definitely is not a winter fabric. These are kind of flowy. It's a bit of a cooler fabric. They're fantastic for both spring and autumn, but here for wintertime, they're definitely too cool. But this is where the thermal underwear once again comes in. As I said before, thermal underwear, I have them in leggings as well. So again, I'm just using the thermal layers to make sure I have the warmth in the outfit. See, it's not particularly sexy or anything, right? But it does the job, because I can now wear my so-called summer trousers and I'm still going to be nice and warm. I now have dogs fighting right here in front of me. They think it's playtime. But no one will ever know that I am wearing a pair of thermal leggings underneath my trousers. I can then carry on building the outfit like I normally do. And as I say, no one is none the wiser, and I am nice and warm, and I can keep all my usual style rules and rule of third and proportions and all this stuff. I can keep that in place. I can still have my usual style, but I'm just warm. Larry, you can't eat mommy's belt. No, you cannot, wee man. I'm adding my belt as usual, just to make sure that I define that waist, and I potentially could wear a necklace as well, because as you know, the turtleneck is not always the best option, especially if you have a large chest like I do. It does make us a little bit more top heavy, but again, as I say, practicality and comfort is absolutely coming before style. So as you can tell, once again, my usual outfit, my usual style, I'm just wearing a thermal layer and no one will know. Lordy, you're not allowed to eat mommy's shoes, pet. I don't know if you can see past the dogs, but I have added the same boots that I had on before. And then I'm just going to finish the outfit with a little jacket. Sorry, sweetheart. This one it's somewhere in between an actual outdoor jacket and an indoor jacket. And here for the winter time, it's brilliant for the indoor jacket. And that is my outfit finished. Again, if I'm going outside, I can wear the coat and the scarf and put it on top, but there is no tummy inside, again, because we started with the wide leg trousers, and then we have the layer on, the waist is defined, and I'm stylish and I'm snug and warm. It's brilliant. Very, very simple outfit. My style is not changing. I've just added that extra bonus layer, meaning I'm nice and warm. For my last outfit, I'm not actually going to need the thermal t-shirt, but I don't want to stand here naked. So I'm just going to show you the top as it is. I found this on Shein, and you know me, when I love something, I buy it in every single color there is. I found these turtlenecks, right? And they look like fine knit, just up my street. They are so soft. But what I love the most about them is that on the inside, they are fluffy. They are nice and thick, and yet they look like a fine knit when I'm wearing it, and I love that. So instead of the thermal t-shirt, I'm just going to put on this turtleneck. Look at this. You wouldn't even know that it was nice and fleecy on the inside and that's a nice and thick fine knit, would you? You would not tell, and I love that about them. I'm keeping the leggings on because once again, I am simply just working with the wardrobe that I have, just making my wardrobe work for multiple seasons, for multiple outfits. And again, you have seen this suit to death. It's the one that I got from H&M forever ago. No longer available. I'm actually on the lookout for another one in burgundy because I love it so much. But we are sticking to the usual style rules. We are defining the waist, keeping the rule of third in place by tucking the top. And because it is wide leg trousers, look at this, there is still no tummy in sight. Again, because shoes is not a big concern of mine in the wintertime, I'm sticking to the same boot, but I just want to show it next to the belt because I'm doing a color sandwich with the same brown in my belt as my boots. And then to finish the outfit like I normally would, I am simply putting on the matching blazer that goes with the trousers. And this, once again, is an outfit you have seen in some variations here on my channel a gazillion times. There is still no tummy in sight because I picked pieces that work for my body, and I'm simply just adding that bonus layer of the thermal t-shirt, of the thermal fine knit jumper. Those pieces are doing the hard work for me here in the cold weather. Once again, a coat to finish the outfit if I need to go out. And again, I am picking pieces that work for our body shape. And when it comes to our body shape, I have a ton of videos on how to dress our body shape. It is all about finding the right pieces that define our waist and put us into proportion with our rounder body. Again, if needed, I could add a scarf to it, but I do have the turtleneck on this time. But a little scarf, and I do like playing with a bit of color in my scarves, but I'm just going to leave it hanging out like this, and that is the finished outfit. There we go. I love the little bit of color in it when I'm wearing a big solid coat like this. But again, it's all about working with pieces that work for our body shape, and then simply just use the extra layers to make the outfit a bit more practical. As I said earlier on, my style don't change all that terribly much. Of course, I do have pieces that are designated for summertime, and I do have some nice woolly jumpers that I only wear in the wintertime. But my style don't change all that terribly much. It is all about having pieces that can work hard for you in your wardrobe, like the thermal pieces. That thermal underwear, you will never know that I'm wearing it as I'm standing here speaking to you. And yet I am wearing the same suit that I have worn all last year. And that is the beauty of it. So look out for those fleecy pieces that you can use. Look out for that thermal underwear, but also make sure to keep in mind your fabrics. Your natural fabrics like cotton and wool, they are your best friends here in the wintertime. As you know, cotton pieces will keep you nice and cool in the summertime, but equally because it's a natural fiber, it'll keep you nice and warm in the wintertime. But that is it for today. I hope if nothing else, I've given you a little bit of outfit inspiration, but most importantly, that I've given you some ideas on how you can make your wardrobe and your everyday style work a little bit harder for you. If you made it this far and sat through the ads, thank you so much, because that's how you help my channel. Will you do me one last favor and leave me a, shall we say, an orange heart today in the comments? The hearts are simply just there to let me and the algorithm know that you have made it to the end. As I said earlier on, I have a load of videos on how to style the apple-shaped body. I will leave you some here on the screen. There's more in the description box as well. And if you press on this video that's here on the screen, I'll see you over there.